Hi guys, today I want to show you something really cool. This is an updated version of the ultimate Detonate Dead build. It's capable of one-shotting everything in the game. Yes, you heard me right, everything in the game. As long as you carbon copy the build, you are gonna be able to do that too. Now let's start with the items first. This beauty is corrupted with 15% increased spell damage per 10 spirit, and it's giving us 825% increased spell damage. Amulet, 3 to all minion skill levels, cast speed, 50 spirit, ring, maximum mana, cast speed, all resistances. The other ring, maximum mana, cast speed, all resistances. Armor, high energy shield, spirit resistances. Helmet, 2 minion skills, resistances, high energy shield. Boots, intelligence, double res. Actually, boots are pretty bad at the moment, but here you want a lot more energy shield. Ingenuity, gloves are kinda also mid. Double res, a lot of mana per enemy killed. What you want here is for sure some resistances and a lot of mana per enemy killed. Also, you can have a lot of mana here. You can have a lot of mana everywhere, so you scale your Archmage better. Scepter, 4 minion skills, 49% increase maximum life, 210 spirit. You can get for 45 divines 5 minion skills with over 210 spirit and about 40% maximum life, but I'm one-shotting everything in the game at this moment. I don't need an upgrade because what, I'm gonna half-shot them or what? So it's pointless. However, those are my boots for Temporalis Bomber build, and they have a lot more energy shoot. Look now, energy shoot is 6.2k. If I change the boots, it becomes 7.4. What do I want to show you with this is, if you ramp up the energy shield from the boots and from the armor a bit, you go easily 8k energy shield. Easy 8k. Also, I forgot to mention, Amulet is allocated with Barbaric Strength, 45% increased damage bonus, 10% increased mana cost of skills, 10 strength. Also here I'm missing 3 skill levels, 2 of them are RNG, one is from the Scepter, which is not. So Scepter 1 level, here you can corrupt for 1 level, and the Helm you can corrupt for 1 minion skills. Okay, now time to talk about the skills. We have Detonate Dead 720 with Magnified Effect, Corpse Conservation, Inevitable Critical, Spell Echo, Ambush. Detonate Dead for bosses, 820 but optimal is 720, Concentrated Effect, Considered Casting, Minion Pack. And we transfer Spell Echo and Ambush when we fight bosses. Critical is 38.7%, but when we put this gem, it becomes 42 in 1 second. But we also have Ambush, which is giving us 15% critical rate on enemies on full HP, and we also have Leaping Critical, which I'm gonna show you later, which is giving us another 100% more critical hit chance, which is 15 critical more. So we are staying on stable 72 critical for mapping. For bosses, it's about 90. The DPS meter. I want to tell you something, guys, because most of you don't know it. DPS meter for every class, every build, doesn't matter what, is not a metric how effective the character is. I literally have a video for Gemling, 10 exalts build. He is clearing mobs on maps 15, not the bosses, only the mobs. It's like perfect starting build. It's incredibly comfortable, and you can start it from level 70 with 10 exalts. So DPS meter, useless. Next we have custom critical, 1920. Here you can have 2020 or 2120, not an issue. 720 Detonate Dead, Impetus, Energy Retention, Inspiration, Wind Wave. After that we have Skeletal Brute, 2120, 20 with Corruption, Physical Mastery, Meat Shield, Minion Mastery, Last Grasp. We have Skeletal Cleric, 1920, it can be 2120. No issues. With Ingenuity and Arcane Tempo. Okay, Arcane Tempo is not so important. Ingenuity, what Ingenuity does for the Cleric, I'm gonna show you. Revive Skeleton have cooldown of 5 seconds. When I put Ingenuity, Revive cooldown becomes 3.85. So, pretty decent. Sacrifice, level 20, quality 20, it can be 21. Green Fee is 2020, same. Soul Offering 1920, it can be 21. And Archmage, that one is a must. Archmage have to be at least level 20, quality 20. And when we make it 21, now it's 8%. When we make it 21, it becomes 9%. So it's super important. Also for Soul Offering, we have Dance Macabre, Ablation, and Persistence. And I want to show you Brute's HP. Brute's HP at the moment is 95k. For the skill tree, For mapping, it looks like this. I push this build almost to its fullest. As you can see, we have only 1 point left on the 2 weapon sets. Mapping is very comfortable with a lot of energy shield. For bossing, we focus heavily on critical hit chance, a bit critical hit damage, and 66% lightning penetration. For the Ascendancy points, as always, Sunder the Flash and Vitality Siphon. Here I want to talk a little bit about something, because many people cope from the internet that Bloodmage Ascendancy is bad. Bloodmage Ascendancy, not only it's not bad, it's really good, because with this high base critical chance for spells, you save tons of points on the skill tree which you can use for other things. The problem with this Ascendancy is that the design is bad. Why it's bad? I have 6 Ascendancy points. I don't have 8. I have to put this mandatory. Why I have to put this mandatory? What's the reason behind it? When I play other characters, I can choose not to put any 2 points. But here is mandatory. You cannot go further. I can't go here and here. So the Ascendancy design is really bad. I hope GGG fix it in future. But the Ascendancy itself is really good, because you save tons on critical, and your critical also can become way higher than other classes. We are playing bosses with over 90% critical. Okay, it's the first hit, but doesn't matter. We are one-shotting the boss. Now for the jewels. First we have Prism of Belief, 3 to Skeletal Brute levels. Here we have Megalomaniac. The important skill here is Leaping Ambush. Leaping Ambush is this skill, which is giving us another 100% increased critical hit chance against enemies on full life. In combination with Ambush, it becomes amazing. The next one is Against the Darkness with 12 Spirit and 4% extra fire damage per notable. We have 5 notables here. This jewel, in one of my previous videos, I said that maximum can be 15, and probably it can. I was not wrong, because I saw with 14 corrupted, so maybe it can be 15. If you don't make it yourself, it will be hyper expensive. The next jewel that we have is Grand Spectrum. We have 3 of those to increase our spirit. And the only yellow jewel that we have at the moment is with maximum energy shield, crit chance, crit damage. Megalomaniac also gives a Lucky Rabbit Foot. Lucky Rabbit Foot is this little skill. It's amazing. 30% increased damage while we have active charm and 6% movement speed. That being said, if somehow you manage to get the godly combination is Holy Protector with Lord of Horrors. If you manage to get this godly combination in one Megalomaniac, then you can use that one, and on the amulet you can allocate Leaping Ambush, but only in this case. Only this one is not worth it. It has to be in combination with Holy Protector. Also, I want to mention one more thing about this dual controlled metamorphosis. Here we can get those 3 points by applying very large shrink. However, I don't think it's worth it, because we have to spend 3 points here and jewel SWAT for 36% minion life. And we have 6 unique jewels which we cannot move. We have only 1 yellow. But even if I put controlled metamorphosis, I have to take 3 points from somewhere to get this 36% life. It is an option, you can do it, but I don't like it. Now, how do we fight bosses? For normal bosses, you don't really have to do many things. We switch the Detonate deaths. We put everything on second hand, we switch to second hand, and we use the other Detonate death, of course. This one. Also, we switch off cast on critical for normal bosses. I don't even switch it off for normal bosses, to be honest with you. For pinnacles, however, what I like to do is I take the clerics out, I put Mana Tempest. This is only for pinnacles. I ramp up the skeletal brutes, and I go in, and unlike in the video I made a big message, but in any case, first you use Soul Offering, and then you use Mana Tempest. Otherwise, your mana and HP is gonna be drained really fast. I made a mistake. Another thing to mention is for Simulacrum, the build is working flawlessly for mapping with Delirium, without Delirium, but in Simulacrum, if you think that you cannot sustain the corpses, what you can do is you can also get Skeletal Warriors, which cost way less spirit, and instead of the draw for Skeletal Brutes, you can put Skeletal Warriors. That being said, if played properly, you shouldn't have any problem in Simulacrum with this build. Just don't use cast on critical. And everything is gonna be perfectly fine. Everything dies from one Detonate death. Absolutely everything. No exceptions. Now in the end, I want to say something about my last video for Temporalis Bomber. I really regret that I decided to make a video not with the build that I want, but for a build that requires less spirit. That came out a bit suboptimal and I'm not satisfied. However, if you have the resources or the things needed to make the build in the planner for 370 spirit or more, that build is insanely good. It destroys absolutely everything and you are tanky, unlike if you are with Trample Toll. Also, keep in mind that given how famous Junk Ron is and how broken are his builds, Trample Toll is most likely to be patched very soon because the interaction that it makes is incorrect actually. So in my opinion, the build that I made for Temporalis Bomber will be viable for a very long time because it doesn't rely neither on Trample Tool, neither Aziri. Also the skill tree is a work of art in my opinion. And that's it. From now on, I'm gonna make videos with the builds exactly as I want them, including this video. So that's all from me for today, guys. If you find this video helpful and if you like what you see, please like and subscribe and see you next time.